Now I'm curious to think, will the theme continue? Now what I mean by that is, as we're all aware, Charlotte characters being all support types within the game are damn freaking good. Top tiers, you could say. Now of course the next Charlotte in line is going to be the most wanted Charlotte, being on Global, the Season 3 Charlotte. She will once again revive the blue meta squad and will be introducing the counter-attack meta on an AoE basis from her ultimate. So she is most definitely going to be coming into Global and switching things up a little bit, cooking things up just a little bit. So of course everyone is going to be highly desiring her. Now if you're able to get her Greymore, you can buff up your team with that total defense alongside giving them a all attack of 60%. So in this case, I should use the ultimate. Actually, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to use the ultimate. Screw it. You know what? Come at me, my guy. Charlotte, drop it. Who we got? Okay, the main attack has got the counter. This is beautiful. So this should actually work out perfectly well. There we go. Keep in mind, this boss doesn't even have the speed debuff on, so we'll be able to make quick work of it, so it's absolutely fine. But no, Charlotte on PvP, I believe that's where she's going to be used most at, but the thing is that she's also perfectly usable on PvE. Again, she's playing that support role, and with the amount of defense that she can apply to then the crazy exceptional offensive buff that she can apply, she's a solid support unit to have. In certain situations. I'm not going to say in all situations. Obviously keep in mind with the counter attack, it's very consistent on the first skill because she gives it the highest attacking unit, so of course with my previous team it would have been Julius feeding off from the constant counter attacking. Now I'm just going to throw this in there, if they do release Season 4 for Global to be Yami and Luck, then I think that'll be very, very interesting to see how the blue meta team goes from there, and of course Charlotte being obviously already available. So that's one thing which I'll be curious to see about. But obviously Charlotte and William, those two as a pair, I mean again, I'm going to have to do a whole separate PvP video because obviously Charlotte can work in many ways. So that's something. But right now we're just gonna get this Tower the Spire fight done. Should be interesting since we've got some blue versus blue action, except Charlotte. I mean, again, another broken Charlotte, who would have thought? So we'll see, I mean, well, you guys will see how we can kind of actually cook things up a little bit here. Okay, so I'm going to actually focus fire on, I mean, this is going to do 0 to no damage because of your Fortify, but that's fine. We'll get the Lotus going on. So, of course, I'm keeping with the blue meta team on how it would be for Global. All right, let me see if I can stun here. Let's go. We stun the character that I've already stunned. You love to see it. You love to see it. Oh my goodness gracious me. Okay, so here's the thing, you know, counter-attack is nice, but I mean I could stack up on the Fortify, which would be even nicer for the whole team, but we're going to keep up with the counter-attack, because of course that's going to be the key thing. Now I should mention that with Charlotte's skills, of course the base percentage for like the all attack is 40%, the counter-attack on the ultimate is at a 60% chance to, you know, for it to be applied onto your allies. If you do work on those skills by leveling them up, you can cap it at 60% buff on all attack for your whole allies with the second skill, and then with the counter attack you can cap it at 100% so you don't miss a beat. But honestly, it's the second skill. Also, if you can get the Greymore, that total defense with Williams Fortify will give you a very, very strong turn 1. It's like a bit of a wall, I would say, a bit of a wall. So of course, but that second skill is pretty nice for Julia, so he can just come on in, you know, get the damage. Okay, that should have killed. That actually should have killed. I'm actually annoyed that that didn't kill, but we've got counter attacks going on, so of course that's going to help us out in the long run. And we'll go 2 out of the 2 done. Let's come on in. Let's see if we can stun you. But yeah, Charlotte is just an amazing blue support, and just in general a decent support to provide consistent counter attack to your highest attacker. So Julius will always get that counter attack because of course that is, people will run Julius with Charlotte. That's kind of like a given. So, and then having that all attack buff of 60% just coming into play, that is going to be causing a lot of issues because Julius will be hitting a lot harder to what he is right now on Global. I mean, here's the thing, your Julius might be hitting already hard. With Charlotte coming by, he is pretty much going to be OHKOing. And obviously having that consistency of counter-attack coming into play does make him a threat. Makes Julius even more of a threat. If you bulk up Charlotte, she will take an absolute beating in the sense of absorbing a lot of damage, yes. But like I said, if you can stack up the Fortify with her total defense, that's a brick wall. I have to admit, when it comes to blue typing, they really do have it easy. Because, I mean, you can really stack up on with the support and just play that defense role. And just, while running up that defense role, you can also buff up the offensiveness. So, of course, you've got William, who can give you offensive power to Julius. You've got Charlotte can also provide that 60% all attack. Even Kohana on her ultimate can also provide, but it's at a level 2 all attack, so you don't really need to utilize that as soon as possible. You can kind of wait until, yeah, you can kind of wait until Julius kind of uses up Charlotte's buff, and then you can resort to using that level 2 all attack from Kohana. So like, yeah, I'm telling you, blue units have it easy with the amount of supports that you can just buff up. It's insane. It really is. So obviously in this case we're just gonna go. I'm hoping this could do some. Cool. Okay. Well, I mean, that was the buff from William, and then of course that 60% from Charlotte, and it just kind of, I mean, that kind of says it for itself, does it not? And then if I want to kind of keep it going, I can then apply the ultimate to get the heals going on. Once again, give myself that level 2 all attack. And then, you know, we'll apply the Fortify. I mean, yeah, it just makes it easier. Yo, I think what it is that someone in the dev team, their favorite color is blue. That's the only thing can explain it. Because I'm telling you, when it comes to the blue typings getting all this loving, it just doesn't make sense. Because yeah, they are just getting way too much love. But yeah, Charlotte coming along is going to be a decent character to use when it comes to PvE content. Honestly, boys, Charlotte is just that amazing unit. She's got a high amount of offensive power that she can apply with that total defense. Keep in mind the total defense comes from the Greymore. She can support, you know, the defense team whilst giving that offensive power, which is beautiful. She's providing counterattack on an AoE scale. If you run an all blue team, she can silence the enemy's second skill turn 1, so that's going to be very beneficial for PvP. I'm not really sure how that's going to work in now. PvE doesn't really matter, but for PvP she's going to be absolutely fantastic. But this blue Charlotte is just playing that overall all-round support in all different directions, whether it be offensive, whether it be defensive, and whether it be something new in the counter-attacking meta. So out of the Season 3 characters, Charlotte is going to be that choice, because honestly, when it comes to, from a rating perspective, there's just more on offer from her compared to the other 2 boys. So yeah, Charlotte, once again, another support Charlotte, but this time around, there's a lot more on the table on what the blue Charlotte will be bringing onto global.